Yo, what's up guys, this is Aprix here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be answering to your guys' demands where you wanted me to test out Nintendo Switch games on a low-end Android device. I have got something special right here boys. This is the Redmi Note 11. Lot of you guys use the Snapdragon 662 695 series. This device will be perfectly in between that and will be able to test out how well does emulation perform on a super mid-range Android device. I'll be only testing out Skyline Emulator because as you know again a simulator is paid and Demon Switch doesn't work. Skyline is the only best Nintendo Switch emulator available out there, so be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications because I bring similar videos on my channel. That being said, let's get into the testing. I'll be using the base version of Skyline Emulator first, and if the game doesn't work in normal Skyline, we'll switch it up to Skyline Edge. So this processor comes with Adreno 619 GPU, which is really good because now we can use turnip drivers. So we'll just go ahead and zoom out now. Let's open the normal version of Skyline Emulator and immediately apply the best settings. Let's start by scrolling down and making sure dock mode is enabled. Afterwards, show performance statistics, aspect ratio, stretch to fit. Now we'll just go ahead and select GPU driver configuration, Mesa Turnip Adreno driver here. So I'll just go ahead and select it. With the help of turnip drivers, our game will be getting way better FPS than before. So let's go back. Let's make sure executor slot count scale is set to 6. Post maximum GPU clocks, free cache texture memory, enable fast GPU readback and writes. Now we'll go back. We are all set with the configuration of Skyline Emulator. Let me start off with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'll be only testing out 3 games: Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Sword and Scarlet. If Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Sword are playable, then you know all the games like Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, etc. will be definitely playable in Skyline Emulator on an low-end or mid-range device. I am testing out Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu first because this game even works on low-end devices. Disable, let's go back, let's try playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu again. So as I was saying, I have already tested Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu on a super low-end device and the results were really good. That's why I want to see how well does this game work on a mid-range device like 10 to 15,000 rupees or about $200. In the same budget, there are even better processors like Snapdragon 695. But here we go, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu has successfully started. We are getting around 15 FPS, which is really good performance considering that this is a very affordable mid-range Android device. I recommend you guys to never purchase devices with MediaTek processor if you are into emulation because you will get terrible results. You will see that after the shader cache is compiled, the game will get little smoother every time. So Let's Go Pikachu works. Let's go back and test out Pokemon Sword now. Amazing news! Pokemon Sword has started guys. I wasn't expecting Pokemon Sword to work because it is very heavy game. I remember testing it out on my Realme X3 with Snapdragon 855 plus processor where I was getting the same amount of FPS which we are getting right now on a mid-range device guys. Check this out, Pokemon Sword is successfully running with decent FPS, definitely playable. You can try out completing the storyline with 15 FPS, which is really good. Just tells us that Skyline Emulator has optimized a lot now. Really great news. So let's go back and test out the new generation of games, Pokemon Scarlet. Now I want to test out this game with the Skyline Edge subscription because the graphics are properly rendered in that version. So here we go, Skyline Edge. By the way, I have just bought a brand new device, OnePlus 11, which is really amazing. Emulation test on this device will be coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Before we go to that, we need to test if games work on low-end devices. So let's just go ahead and open Pokemon Scarlet and find out the moment of truth if Pokemon Scarlet will be playable on an low-end device, considering that this is the next generation of games, like lot of details. Let's just go ahead and tap on the A button. Here we go guys. I cannot wait to see if it actually works or not. Honestly, I won't be disappointed if it didn't work, but I would be really impressed if it actually started. So let's see. 10 FPS, 11 FPS. Okay, please don't let me down. Will it start? Okay, 3 FPS, 5 FPS. Alright guys, Pokemon Scarlet has successfully started on this device, but we are getting this black screen. So there is a fix for this black screen, that we need to use an Vulkan driver instead of turnip driver. Here we go guys, I have loaded Qualcomm version 615.50 Vulkan driver along with 667. Both of these Vulkan drivers work well with Adreno 6 GPU series. So I'll be starting with the Vulkan 615 driver. Let's go back and see if Pokemon Scarlet works with graphical output. Leave a like on this video if Pokemon Scarlet works on this Android device with graphical output. If it doesn't work, then be sure to subscribe, because I'll definitely find a way to make sure it works with graphical output, because we already saw the game was playable before but not with graphical output, unfortunately. So the audio is working, but we are still getting to see an black screen. So let me just go ahead and restart the game. Again, the game is stuck at this black screen. So let's try out the different driver. In the upcoming updates of Skyline Emulator, this should probably get fixed. But right now, let me just go ahead and enable dock mode again, and let's try opening Pokemon Scarlet. Nope, it's just crashing with the 667 driver, I guess. Yep. So Qualcomm 615 driver unfortunately is not able to get us an graphical output, but I am pretty sure there are a lot more drivers than just these two Vulcan drivers. Let's say 250 likes on today's video and I'll test out Pokemon Scarlet on newer versions of Skyline Emulator with latest Vulcan drivers on the same device. So that's going to be the conclusion of today's video. If you try out games like Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Sword and Shield, then it should 100% work on your low-end Android devices, no matter if you have Snapdragon 665 processor or Snapdragon 695. This test definitely proves that Skyline Emulator has improved a lot. Even on the normal version of Skyline Emulator, we were definitely able to go in-game in many of these games. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.